Saw the money and got activated. Saw the money and got activated. Saw that money and got activated. I saw that money and got activated. Canada Goose. Keep me wearing my Cold City. I got a pole with me. Glock on 450.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Just to jump right off onto things, we are back on the first gen today. I came in here with the ultimate goal to have everything primered tonight. Sorry, my phone is connected to my speaker. Anyhow, I kind of had a goal in my head to have everything primered tonight, even as unrealistic as that is. I then got here and realized that I don't have the sandpaper to do that. So I guess our goal now is to just get maybe this bedside primered. I don't know. But we are getting some work done on this regardless. I would just go buy sandpaper, but apparently everything's closed. Everything closed at 6, so that's my fault. We'll get up early tomorrow and go get some sandpaper and knock some stuff out on this. But yeah, realistically, we need to go back over this. We need to get these edges here. We need to get this spot here, kind of clean this stuff up. We need to come around the sides and get the back. We're not going to sand down the whole tailgate, I don't think. We're just going to fill these holes in and then kind of just kind of blend everything in, because I don't think there's any reason for us to sand this whole tailgate down, because we've already did that once. We're not going to sand the whole roll pan down because it has clean paint on it. And then we got to sand down, well, we got to not only sand this side down, but we got to scrape all the paint off of it. Unless sanding gets easier, we'll try both. But then we got to sand the cab down and the rockers and the roof, and that's really not a lot. I don't think we need to sand the pillars down. Yeah, I don't really think we need to. I mean, there's this here, but we could probably just kind of scuff this area and blend everything in right here, because I think the fender somewhat hides that. And we need to clean all the door jambs, because the door jambs are going to get painted, and all the window seal areas need to be cleaned. We need to peel all this caulking off, or RTV, that I used a long time ago. I mean, look at how much that is. So yeah, we need to clean this area up. Got a little bit of work ahead of us, but realistically, that's not a lot of work. I just haven't had the time to really get to it, because I've been trying to get the hard body in a position where I can just start it and go drive it and then park it and not have to work on it all the time. And it's just been a pain in the ass. I've had to put an alternator, 2 starters in it, a battery. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. It had a parasitic draw, and realistically, I still don't know if it's fixed. It hasn't had any problems yet, but I really haven't went out and beat on it yet. So that's that. Before we get started on this, I might run to Walmart and get a 24-pack of water, because I am freaking parched. But yeah, so back on this thing, and hopefully we make some good progress so this thing can get back on the road ASAP. So I don't want to talk a bunch, I want to do a bunch. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Okay, so we got basically this bedside's pretty much prepped. I want to go over it by hand one more time, but it's mostly ready for primer, except for We have to figure out how to get all the rubber off of the bottom side of the fender. Not really sure what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna try a scraper and maybe some paint thinner and see what that does. But as soon as we get that off, and we'll sand that area, sand it down by hand, and then we'll throw some plastic over this stuff and start laying some primer on this bedside. I know ideally I should prep everything first, then primer everything at once, but I kind of want to use this bedside as a test. So if something goes wrong, I won't make the same mistake on the rest of the panels. So we are gonna make this kind of our test panel, and then if we have to fix anything on it, that's fine. I did notice there is one dent. If you look, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's right here. So we'll have to get that fixed. It's hardly noticeable, but there is a little ding there. And aside from that, the bed's in really good shape. So yeah, we're gonna get this rubber cleaned off and go from there. Okay, we got the undersides all cleaned up. We ended up just using aircraft stripper and a scraper, and then we sanded it. One thing to keep note of is make sure you clean off all the aircraft stripper before putting a rotational sander onto the metal, because then it spins all the aircraft stripper and it gets on your arms and your face. And the best way I can describe the feeling is when you get welding droplets or whatever and they fall on you, it feels like that, but it's permanent and you have to wash it off before it stops burning. So yeah, we're gonna clean the bed, or prep it, clean it wise. This stuff is what seems to be what everyone uses. It's what I've always used, but you're just gonna want to spray the bedside down, wipe it down clean, sand it down one more time, and then wipe it down one more time again, and then just make sure you got all the dust and dirt up and go from there. Okay, so we got the bed primered. I actually ran out of primer, go figure, right? It's still thin in a lot of spots, so we'll have to, I want to go try and buy a bunch of primer tomorrow, so we don't run out again. So it needs a few more coats, and then we will have to we'll lay our Bondo down right here, because there is some small pitting that I don't know if you'll even, the camera, you can pick it up right there. Small pitting right there that we'll have to fill in with some Bondo, which will be like hardly any at all. So we'll fill that in. There's a small ding up here that we'll have to take care of, and then after that we will put some primer over the stuff we did, and then we'll wet sand that coat of primer, and then after that it'll be done. We're not going to actually lay a color down on the bed because it is going to get wrapped, and I don't really care for it to have a color. We'll probably spray the seams and stuff black, but aside from that, I'm not worried about laying a color over the bed. So pretty happy with the progress we made tonight. I went ahead and finished up seam sealing underneath the cab because I never did that. I went through and seam sealed all of the welding holes and stuff where we welded underneath the cab as well, to prevent any water from ever getting back into the cab again, or preventing any rust in the future. So definitely get to cross some stuff off the list today, so that's really exciting. But for tonight, that is going to be it, but it's all going to be the same video for you guys. So we're going to start this thing up and move it back, clean up a little bit, but I will see you guys in the morning. And it's the next day. So we already got a second or third coat of primer on the bed. I think we might put one more coat over it, and then someone mentioned on my TikTok about putting sealer over it. So we'll probably put sealer over it, but we'll wait to do that after we do after we Bondo some of the spots. I think next I was gonna go straight to the cab, but I want to do the other side of the bed. I want to get it sanded down and get it primered and stuff, because we will have to unbolt the bed and slide it back a good amount, so that way we can get to the edges of the cab and then get in here to this. And the bed has to get unbolted anyways to put our body lift on, so we'll probably do that. But yeah, I'm not going to talk a whole bunch. I just wanted to kind of give that small update. I think we are going to try and see if the 180 grit that we have will take this down. We are definitely going to try and scrape the first couple layers of paint off with stripper first, and then hit it with the sander to save us some sanding time, unless it proves to be a little more difficult than expected. But yeah, guys, we're gonna do that and catch up with you guys. So that is probably going to be it for the video on the Cummins. I was going to start on the other side, but it started to rain outside, and the hard body, I just cleaned it and like waxed it and everything, and I don't want to have to re-clean it again, and I don't want to have to sand with the truck inside the shop. So we're gonna wait to do this side. I probably won't even film a video on sanding this side, because we've already kind of touched base on that side. So the next video you'll see will either be us doing the body work on the like Bondo wise, or us sanding the cab down. Either way, there will be another video of the Cummins this week. And yeah, so with that being said, guys, that's really gonna be it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one, and hopefully you guys are excited to finally be back on the Cummins as I am. And comment below any ideas, any thoughts, advice, and make sure you like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
I needed some shit with some bop in it. I flew past the whip with that blunt in my mouth, watched it swerving. That whip had a cop in it. My bitch got good pussy, fly her across the country. I finished the show and I hop in it. I got me a milli, I did it legitly. I'm still with the shits, I'm a hot nigga. Oh, you asking for pictures with niggas? What's your name? Get the fuck out the spot, nigga. Tryna figure which deal I'ma take. I woke up, couple meal on my plate. Let's eat. I'm investing in real estate. I just went and gave my mama 100. Probably won't hear me open my mouth, bless you hear me talking about finding some money. Let's go. As soon as I found that, I flipped that. I'm a little bit different, they get it. No, I'm stiff on the bitch and she dig. Tryna find out why baby ain't all in the mentions. No, she ain't get no DM from me. Bitch, this rich nigga dick, it ain't free. She be throwing that at, yeah, she good at it. Turn around when we fuck, make her look at it. She like, I needed some shit with some bop in it. Let's go. I flew past the whip with that blunt in my mouth, watched it swerving. That whip had a cop in it. My bitch got good pussy, fly her.